Hey there everyone, Dr. Beth Westy here, and I wanted to talk about some really simple, quick, easy H2O hacks. So just some little simple things to incorporate into your water day to day, week to week, to kind of keep it exciting, stay really hydrated, hydrate properly for you, your body, where you're at, all this other stuff. And it's really important to keep getting water in. As the weather starts to turn, as it starts to get cooler, a lot of times people forget that they need to keep hydrating at the same amount. Even though it's not summer and it's not hot out and you're not like sweating buckets all the time, you still need to hydrate your body. When you start turning on the heat inside, that heat actually will start to dehydrate your body. So it's really, really important that you continue to hydrate. Now I do talk a lot, I'm going to talk about hydration and different things for your body, warming and cooling. And these are things that I cover in my book, The Female Fat Solution. I talk about nutrition that matches your hormones, that matches your cycle and everything else. All good, great, wonderful things, right? So this is on Amazon. If you want more info here, I do have a podcast, The Female Health Solution, where I talk about a ton more nutrition things for women in detail and interview other experts in the women's health field. Lots of good stuff. And then I have my YouTube channel, which is just Dr. Beth Westy. So if you're looking for a video on something specific, check there. There's so much content there. It's amazing. So when we talk about this, and I talk about this specifically for women, a lot of times gals will have questions for me. So I'll put a link below. You can schedule a call with me if you have questions specifically about hydration for you. When is the best time? How do I do this? I drink a lot of water, but I still feel thirsty, or, you know, all these other things. And these are some really important key tips that you can implement right away that are going to change a ton. Donna, you love the podcast. Thanks, Donna. Yay. So first of all, when we look at the body and hydrating, it's really important that you're getting enough water in. And my favorite way to incorporate water and, you know, tweaking it for your hormones is really to lean into kind of just, you know, flavoring it a little bit for where you're at in your cycle. So the cooling phase is going to be your estrogen phase, which is days 1 through 14 about. And then the warming is going to be about days 15 through 28. You know, right there. So really easy to do cooling and warming and just switch back and forth. Cooling, now if you're going to be using some type of essential oil, oftentimes I do recommend you use a glass jar or cup or mason jar or glass water bottle or metal water bottle or something like that. Using plastic, if you continue to do that over time, it can break down the plastic. So be on the safe side with this. Just be safe, right? Use glass or metal or something. Yes. So for the cooling phase here, I like peppermint, or you can use mint leaves and cucumber. But, you know, again, so I live in Minnesota, yeah. And mint is not really in season anymore. There's some places in Minnesota that it snowed. Yeah. Yep. Early October, snowing. No, thank you. Anyway, so unless you have mint in like an indoor herb garden or something, if you really want it fresh, which is so delicious when it's fresh, then you can use fresh leaves. But I have recently been diving into some oils, which I will talk more about in some other videos, so stay tuned. But having like peppermint essential oil, oh, so easy and convenient. Oh, out and about, right in my water. Oh, so refreshing. This is also really good if you have an upset stomach. And so when I was recently traveling, I did this when I was traveling. Oh my gosh, game changer. I get queasy, just a little queasy on a plane, you know. I just like when it shakes a little bit and you're like, oh God, am I gonna die for just a second? You're like, oh, I might die. And you're like, you're not gonna die, it's fine. See, you're fine. It was just a little bump, like whatever the turbulence, whatever the airstream jet, whatever. I don't know what it is, but for a second you think you're gonna die. Anyway, I had my peppermint in my water and it was so calming. It helped my stomach a lot, we'll say. So this has been a really big game changer. The peppermint essential oil in my water on a regular basis. Yes. And then you can also add some cucumber in there too. Great flavor, both very, very cooling. Yes. And then the other thing here, when you're switching over to warming, adding some lemon. I like lemon's more of a neutral, to be honest, but I just love lemon and ginger together. That combination is amazing to me. It's absolutely delicious. And Spot loves it too. He's such a turd bucket. See, what a turkey. He's such a hand. He's like, you're doing a video without me. You're doing a video. Oh, thank you. All right, Azalea, what can I help you with? See, everybody was fine. Okay, I'll be up in a minute, kiddo. Okay, everybody was fine. Everybody was fine. Like everything was fine. It was all cool. And then I started doing a video, and this is. You're like trying to get on my lap right now, dog. You're too big. You're too big. So lemon and ginger for warming days 15 through 28. And Bubby, can you call? Thank you. Whoa. Oh, I got dog hair all over me. So good. And this is about days 15 through 28. Now, if you don't have a cycle currently, totally fine. You can still follow the same pattern. And this is leaning into the warming and the cooling. Again, there's more info detailed in my book if you have questions on that, or I've done other videos and lots of stuff, tons of stuff on that, even if you've been through menopause. I actually have an entire 12-week program built for women in menopause. And you still lean into shifts with your hormones at that time. So I go through all that. I do have programs, 12-week program for women, also not in menopause and in menopause, detailing out nutrition and everything to work with your body. And it's amazing what happens when you start to really dial into how your body functions week to week. When you start to pay attention and when you start to kind of match things up, oh my gosh, you notice, oh my God, I'm feeling good, everything is going well, my digestive system is functioning better, I'm getting more energy, I'm sleeping good, all these things, right? So women wonder why it's so hard to lose weight. I'm doing all these things that I can't lose weight, but if you're not aligning with where your body's at, you're not gonna be able to lose weight and keep it off. That's the biggest thing to kind of pay attention to. It makes a huge, huge difference when you're really focusing on how your body's working and working with that. So that's a big piece though, the cooling and the warming with just your water. So simple. Now you can get lemon in an essential oil too, totally fine. Also delicious in water, great, grand, wonderful. Ginger, same thing, you can get it in an essential oil, great. That's more powerful though, I will say that. Gotta be really careful on how much you use, like teeny tiny little smidge of a drop of essential oil here. This one, you can use 1 or 2 drops. No big deal. This one, whew, it will get you. It will be very gingery if you're not careful. So be forewarned, right there. Disclaimer, right there for you. Yes. Now the other thing when you're looking at hydration doesn't just happen from water. It also happens from electrolytes, minerals, and sugars. So if you want to tweak this and even make it that much better hydration for your body, you would add a little bit of juice or sugar or something. You would add just a tiny bit of sugar. And I know, oh, isn't it bad for your teeth? Or isn't it bad? This is about hydration specifically, right? Just getting the hydration into your cells. And then you also would add the minerals. I wrote that really small and kind of messy, but that says minerals. Salt. So a little bit of salt, right? This is like the basis of Gatorade and why it changed hydration for athletes. I'm super into history on stuff like that. Super nerdy about it. You don't need to be that nerdy about it. It's fine. I will tell you the cliff notes and why it's important. And it's important because it gets the hydration into the cell. Otherwise, you're going to be just drinking water, still feeling thirsty and still feeling like, I'm sweating so much, or I don't feel, I'm having a hard time recovering, or all these other things, and I'm trying to drink all this water, blah. Yeah, you want the water to actually do the right thing in your body and system. So a lot of times I will add in, a little bit of sugar and salt to whatever I'm drinking. Whew. Very nice. Very, very nice. And this is a super cheap way to do it, honestly. You can get some of these essential oils or even just some like cucumber and lemon, very, very cheap at the store. Put it in your water, add a little bit of just sugar and salt. There you go. It's a little bit of a weird thing, but I guarantee it does work. Or if you want to do like lemon and honey and a little bit of salt. I know that sounds weird, but this is how you hydrate the body really, really well. So just, again, different ways of looking at it, because if you're, really, really active, if you're always on the go, if you're constantly doing things and you're like, oh, I need to drink more water, or I drink coffee in the morning, so I need to drink more water, and then it's just water, but you're not getting in a few of these extra things, you're really not hydrating as well as you could. So those are the important tips that I want to get across for everybody. So that's what I have for you guys tonight. If you have questions, like I said, I'll put a link below. You can schedule a call with me. We can chat about, whatever it is that you're struggling with. And then, like I said, I do have a ton of info out there, book, podcast, YouTube, channel, everything. And then if you are struggling with something, let me know, shoot me questions. I'm totally, an open book when it comes to helping women, because that's just my mission, to really get this information out to women, because I believe that we should be taught this stuff before, right? Like, you should know, like, women's bodies function differently, so we should be told that, and then told, oh, your body functions different, you should be eating differently, for how your body works. Oh, okay. Instead of following along with a male plan, that doesn't work for so many women. Okay, so anyway, end rant. Everybody have a great Sunday night, and I will see you guys later.